Welcome back to the street shower here in Montana. We broadcasting live here from a premise here in Montana, and what a wonderful sight it is to see the people coming with a lot of expectation. Here behind me, you'll see a queue of people that have received the invitations, and we are so encouraged by the fact that God has put something in their hearts to come here. And the people inside are also very excited to serve them. With me is Martin. Martin, welcome.
Thank you.
Serving here also at the street shower. Martin is an old face with the street shower, but specifically this area. Just a little bit of history and background is that the very first street shower happened in 2020, December, and that was just here adjacent to the Sasol garage on a piece of open land. And the expectation was just to park everything there and the people will come and serve them. So that was the very first one. And Martin, you share testimony to that of the first one.
Yes. Like you said, first one was right here, about 100 meters from us. And we had an awesome time there. It was a rainy day. We all stood here and we were completely soaked. But we saw the effectivity of this whole thing, effectiveness. And we just saw how it changed the people's hearts and how they bought into it. And it was a huge undertaking to get all the people together to do this, to everybody, every station, to such an extent that you actually had to rest afterwards. You said, yes, that was a big thing. And it's awesome to see how this thing has progressed into almost a weekly thing now, because of the amount of people that bought into this, and they buy into it because they see that they feel the change in their own lives. They feel fulfilled in what they do. So we do see a lot of change in the people's hearts and how they buy into it. At first, to arrange all these clothes and food and everything, it was a huge undertaking. Now it just flows and comes by itself. People buy into it in a tremendous way, and it's excited to see what is happening here. And we would love to see you here as well.
And yes, Martin, it is a huge undertaking. But when it comes to God's provision, it's not such a huge undertaking, because the provision just carries on. And as long as you trust the Lord, like I shared this morning with the opening, as long as you trust the Lord and not people, things happen.
Yes.
And we trust the Lord also to use us today and everyone who is coming to serve, to do a mighty work in the lives of these people standing here behind us. Because we sit with a lot of brokenness.
Yes.
And you and I know what's going on in the streets, how these people have to survive. Martin, and surely we sometimes miss to understand the difficulty that these people that's coming in here today actually face on a daily basis.
Yeah, what we don't know is most of these people, they live underneath Zambezi Road. You see the mountain over there, there's all the water flow that comes from this area has to pass through Zambezi. So there's a lot of huge water channels that's been built underneath this road. And that's the houses of these people. They sleep underneath Zambezi. Now, we had a huge shower yesterday. We must know most of these guys that are sitting here is soaked. They are wet because they had to sleep. Their home was flooded last night. So we forget what these guys are going through, It's a struggle, their life situations. And for them to receive life in this type of way, to receive favor, to receive a warm set of clothes, a warm shower, it's a huge thing for them. A lot of people don't get showers here. The last shower they had was the one we had here a year and a half ago, So for them it's a big deal. And it blesses them indeed. And you were talking about the provision factor. God is the provider. We see it every time. You're wondering how is this thing going to plan out, and boom, everything is provided for because He's the provider. We tend to think of ourselves as providers. We are not the provider. He is. But what He needs is, He says, pray for the Lord of the harvest to send out the harvesters.
Amen.
He needs harvesters. He needs you to be here. And that's the big difference. for you to be here, to be the change, because we tend to think, how are we going to do it? How are we going to feed all these people? You can't do it. Jesus was at that stage where he said, 5,000 people pitch up in the desert. How do you feed these people? He is the God he's a providing God, and he provides in all these things. You just need to be there, and it will just open itself up, and the testimonies in that, the way God's favor just flows through you. It's contagious. It's like a drug that you want more of, to see him working through you. So come and experience it here.
Yeah. There's the invitation. The harvest is big. The word says the harvest is big, but the harvesters are little. So get up from your seat, join us. You can join us there on our Facebook page. Get hold of us through Messenger. We share these links often of where the next event is. Like Martin said, it's been a weekly event the last month. For this whole month of February, we started in Valhalla and Centurion. The week after that, last week, we were in Brakpan, and here we are today in Montana. We're going to take a small gap for March because of a holiday in the middle, and then April we kick off on the 9th of April in Daspoort, and there we carry on into May already. The street shower is here to stay. God is in it. It's on the move. God's on the move. And I want to share this part with you. If God is on the move, he draws your attention. And when he draws your attention, you are prepared normally to actually climb in and go with him. And the second thing of that is, God, the way he moves is not normal to us. So all he wants us is to take a seat and go the way he's showing us to move. We're going to go inside, and we're going to share a bit of other areas as well. Martin, thank you for being with us on the program and sharing it with our viewers. It's so important that they view this and see what is happening in reality today on the 26th of February here in Montana. Also, thank you for your heart in how you share with us and how you share. Martin is also involved with Dare to Love. Basileia, our slogan is Dare to Give. They dare us to love, we dare everyone to give. But there's such a great community, but such a good also understanding between each other that we join hands to do this. There's a couple of people of Dare to Love also here today, and they're already busy sharing here outside before the people come in, because there's a bit of a waiting. We cannot force everyone in before we get to the next part. But Martin, thanks for being here. Thanks for your people of Dare to Love, a small group, but so important that we take hands and we do this together and we work in unity. Because God says in his word, in Psalm 133, he says, where there is unity, he will command, he'll command a blessing. So there's a blessing for doing things in unison, and we can see it when we enter this place. So thank you, Martin, for being with us. We will be back with you in a few minutes from now and just take you through a few of the stations and show you what is currently already happening inside. That's it. Dankie.